GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, brightening your day. Now, bringing over 400 M&S food favourites to make every stop tastier.
I don't know why.
Maybe it's it's gas.
I think it's a standing thing.
The podcast is the only thing you stand for.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah,
when I say that, I mean, obviously you stand for, fair play to dogs and stand for
the national anthem.
People being able to take their trousers off in appropriate places. No,
I do stand for that. I do believe that that's the thing, and I think more places are seen as inappropriate that shouldn't be.
Yes, trousers.
There's nothing wrong with taking off your strides in a beer garden as long as you have appropriate underpants that look like swimming trunks.
Yes,
I think that should be fine.
And I have to say, weirdly, I'm not saying now this is part of a slow, steady kind of movement, but I have to say now the last number of months with the weather being the way it is, my love of short trousers has grown immeasurably. And I'm just wondering, if I was to stick with it, would they gradually get shorter and shorter until they disappeared?
Well, they should do. That's the thing. Shorts are like any other drug, Yeah, you think you're only going to sample it, and then all of a sudden it's every day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the portions, you need a little bit more, or in your case, a little bit less. And then one day someone drives past your house, they are butchered up the arse with a pair of Speedos. 2 cheeks of glory.
That might be because you do tend to start. Well, I did tend to start. I started with the modest below the knee cargo pant.
Yeah,
maybe, or whatever.
Of course, pockets and all to disguise the shape of your body, so you can stuff them with jumpers.
And then gradually I've noticed myself, and it's gone above the knee. It's
gone above the knee now.
And there has been times, albeit in the privacy of my own home or whatever, that I've donned the football short.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Very nice, very comfortable.
Oh,
with the little willy basket and everything.
Absolutely glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Although the modern football shorts don't have the willy basket, which I often wonder why they took it away.
Yeah, that's actually, all the O'Neill's gear.
It doesn't have a willy basket. And that was so handy and so great, just kept the bowl of fruit together.
What is the thinking behind that? Why would you not want to have a willy basket?
I don't know. It was the handiest thing ever.
When you don't have a willy basket, you have to wear the pants. You have to wear the boxers or whatever.
Yeah, you have to wear something underneath them. It's not the same.
The uncomfortableness
It's not the same.
Surely the freedom of movement, even for an athlete, is better with a willy basket.
And even when you have a willy basket and you have to do squats or some such, you get a nice draft, which is better as well,
The freedom of movement is much better. I'm very pro willy basket.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
And I did have an accident in a pair of shorts one time that I told you about, where the willy basket, there was no willy basket in the shorts, and things were revealed during an episode of pain, which nobody wanted to see, myself included. So
I'm trying to remember. I'm bound, because the weird thing about it is this: the one thing. This is one of the few things, maybe the only thing, that you and I have kind of separately shared. Because I had one of those instances.
Did you really?
With a what do you call it? Like a physiotherapist, like a whatever it was, an injury treatment.
Oh God! And that happened during the therapy.
Yeah, and your woman said to me, she said, "Listen, I've no problem, but there's other
you're
people
joking.
coming and going."
You're joking.
And I didn't even know what she was talking about.
You were like, "What do you mean?"
I was wearing football shorts, non-willy basket football shorts.
Oh my God! And you were doing a public physiotherapist?
No, not public. What are you talking?
Where was it? The physiotherapist. Where did she meet you?
What sort of physiotherapist do you?
Yeah, that's what I say. Your physio says, "I'll meet you down the pub. Lie across the table there." She was having a smoke and all.
No, it was there. It was like in a proper. I think it was around the Stevens Green area or something.
And why could other people see you?
No, but I think she meant just in terms of other sort of therapists in the that might be coming or going or whatever, anything like that, or you know what I mean. In the
gang of physiotherapists. What was wrong with you?
Why are you making it so weird?
Because it is weird. You're getting physiotherapist off a therapist.
Can we get back to your exposure?
Not at all. I'm interested. What sort of physiotherapy? Jim got.
Maybe she wasn't comfortable and just chose to use it as an excuse.
It says, if anyone else sees, and you're like, there's no one else here. You close the door now. And she goes, look, I'm just trying to be as polite as I can here.
Maybe that was it. Maybe she was just kind of like, what do I possibly say here?
Yeah. Well, no, mine was when I fell into the pool that time. And I got the priapism. And then,
well, exactly. Now, hang on a second. You've some neck slagging me, and you literally did it in front of a load of firemen.
I did,
and you went on a full horn.
Well, now, hold on. That's a terrible language now. It was a spinal injury. And there's no reason to you to say that now, like it was some sort of sexual impropriety.
In fairness, they were throwing rings, trying to get to you while you were floating in the pool. You thought they were trying to save you.
Hold on.
You thought they were trying to save you, but they're actually just playing that ring thing.
Yeah, you got 50 points. For those that don't know, a priapism is a spinal injury that does make that happen.
Right.
And
Makes what happen?
Well, I'm not saying your language anymore. But as Neil Delamere said when I told him the story, he says, well, at least you gave him a handle for them to take you out of the pool. Oh,
it is the maddest story ever. I didn't even know that existed, but apparently...
No, I didn't until it happened.
Whatever way you flat packed onto the pool.
Yeah, I gave myself this injury called priapism, yeah. Right. And I never knew it existed until that happened. And then, of course, it came out the leg of the shorts. Anyway, very short shorts. In fact, I borrowed them off Jim after his physiotherapy one day.
Oh, wow.
And it's gas, isn't it? That happens. And I do remember having a slightly embarrassing situation another time. I didn't really understand that the shorts I was wearing, it was like a silky finished black shorts, like a gloss finish black shorts,
okay,
you know that way.
Yeah.
And I was doing a gym class, a TRX class actually it was.
Right.
And anyway, I didn't understand how revealing a willy basket. I didn't really things could be without a willy basket.
Right.
And afterwards, a woman I kind of half knew said, you might want to wear a pair of underpants, those shorts. And I was like, well,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I was there, but they're long,
Yeah.
I said, no, it's more the wobbling than the...
Oh, right, okay.
And I was like, really? And she goes, yeah, like, there was a lot of movement. And I was like,
oh my God, dirty Ellen.
And I was like,
what was she doing staring at? Why wasn't she concentrating on her ropes?
What, she was distracted. She was like a tight bra for a man. Or a loose bra, whatever it was.
So
did
she
says
think you had something in your pocket?
She just said there was a lot of
Have
movement.
you smuggled in a small animal?
Yeah, it was like, that's it, isn't it?
Did he bring a hamster with him to his
Did he bring a really floppy hamster? A really small floppy hamster?
Wow. So
it is possible.
I think
forget about it.
Proof positive that willy baskets were a good idea.
They're a good idea, and I don't really understand why we don't have them. And I do remember a mad thing, right? There was a rumour about one of my friends.
I wonder, could you take it to the point where, future men's trousers and all could, and, you could buy a pair of jeans with a built-in willy basket.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That
honestly is. So you don't have to. You don't need to wear underpants.
Yeah,
it's in the jeans.
Certainly for tracksuits.
Like the way you can buy a shirt with a hoodie sewn into it.
Can you?
Yeah, the lumberjack shorts. You could get some of them under a hoodie.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
So underpants are already in the jeans.
Exactly.
That's a good idea.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, wash them all.
I know somebody's going to turn around.
I still don't really know why we wear underpants. Just as a general idea, I don't really understand it.
Because I know somebody will turn around and complain, but no, you can't do that now because you have to wash your. You can only wear your underpants once, but you get a few wears out of a pair of jeans. But you know what I mean? Just saying, it could be.
Who says you just wear underpants? Who does that? What are you on about?
It's a thing. Yeah. It's a thing. Trust me, it's a thing.
Seriously, you're mad. It's the other way around, surely. Change your jeans every 3 or 4 days.
Oh, man.
Leave the underpants on in case they make the jeans smelly.
Yeah. But somebody is genuinely, all joking aside, right? And we never really have much interaction when it comes to this podcast, from listeners.
No, not really, no.
Well, like when we do the show, obviously they've instant access.
Of course,
WhatsApp.
yeah.
But I mean, you can say, obviously by the time we get around to it, it'll be the following week. But that's not the point. You can get in touch if there's anything,
anything on your mind.
There might be stuff that you think to yourself, something. I'd love to know what one of the truly great minds of Irish broadcasting, PJ Gallagher, thinks about this particular subject. I'd be happy to present it to him for you. So if you want to get in touch, do. But if anybody does know what would be the reason that you shouldn't have a willy basket in a pair of sports shorts.
I know, because I can't think.
I'd be curious.
I think it's just cost cutting, is it? Just enshittification, I think, really, is it?
It's just what?
Enshittification.
Enshittification?
Yeah. Have you not heard that word before?
It's just an extraordinary word when we're talking about pants.
Yeah, well, that's true. It is an unfortunate time to use the word, but it is. But you know the word, don't you?
No.
Enshittification, no.
God, every day, I tell you, every day's a school day here.
So you know what shrinkflation is?
Yes.
Right, so it's because they can try and make you pay the same money without putting up a price hike necessarily immediately anyway, and just give you less for the same money, right?
Okay.
So Mars bars are now a third less than they used to be, or you buy a packet of crisps and there's 4 crisps in the bottom of the bag, but it's the same bag, size, all that. So, and that's part of enshittification. But also, enshittification is when you get sort of clothes made of really crappy materials, or they don't last as long as they used to because they're not put together as well.
Yeah.
Or,
treat it almost like disposable.
Yeah, and it's all called enshittification. And the way cars now aren't built to last in the same way they used to be. So you'd buy a car in the 80s, and it would be fairly basic, but it wouldn't rot or rust or fall apart in the same way that modern cars do, because they just use clips and
because they used to
crap
refer
things.
to some of that stuff as like built-in obsolescence, didn't they? So in other words, it would be, they design, even when they're putting it out there, they know it's going to be obsolete in 2 years and it'll have to be replaced.
Yeah, well,
so sort of, it's an extension of that, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just literally like, how do we give you less for more? It's just like, so the companies
and
now
you coined the term
I didn't know. It's an actual word.
No
it is.
way.
Yeah, no, it's an actual proper word.
Like in the old Oxford whatever.
I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely a very understood term, enshittification.
Oh man, I'm going to use that so much now.
Yeah, and like it's just, so when you see something that used to be better than it is now, it's because companies have gone, oh fuck, how we'll save money by just making it a bit shitter than it used to be because no one's offering better anyway.
Right.
So they just give you that, and I reckon the willy basket was as a result of enshittification. They just have to buy underpants now.
Yeah, force them to buy something else.
They'll just buy something else, and we can save loads of money on willy baskets by just giving them the shorts without it. I say that's what it is.
Because that's it's the way you often say about things that are where somebody is now selling you something or whatever that was never actually needed.
Yes,
it wasn't invented.
Solution to a problem that never existed.
That's the phrase. That's the one. That it never. That thing it wasn't a problem. It's not solving a problem. Yeah, it's just a new product.
Like keyless ignitions. We never, putting your key into the hole in the car and turning it was never a problem.
Yeah.
No one ever said, I fucking hate having to do this. Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like, no one ever said that.
It's not as though you don't need the key. It still has to be on you, on your person
and
or whatever.
It's actually better to do that because you never lose the key.
Yeah.
You never get into the car and then put the key on the roof and drive off and don't have the fucking thing, or you never try to get out of your car and you can't find it.
My keys in the little hole bit in the door thing, right? Just mean, and not the main.
No, I know
part,
what you mean.
The little whatever where you put the windows up and down, and it always, and because it's a bunch of keys, not loads, but it's always getting fucking jammed and everything.
And this happens, and you lose your key all the time. Or like what happens with my mates on one of his bikes? It starts when it was, and he put it on the start. He was like, oh jeez, started the bike, jumped on the bike, headed off home to Carlow, turned off the bike, and then realised he couldn't start the bike again, and the key was in Dublin.
Oh, my God.
So it was never a problem. But we says no. What we need to do is make a key you can lose at the most inconvenient way, and it needs batteries. We need to get put batteries.
It'll run out of power.
Yeah,
but it's made of metal. No, not this one.
No. This is plastic. This one's pure shit. This is pure shit now. Yeah. And like that's, and another one was wireless headphones. We never needed them.
Right.
You had headphones, you didn't have to charge them, you didn't they were less likely to lose.
Sometimes you did strangle yourself with them, to be fair. Sometimes
but that was only out of frustration.
But I'm telling you,
I can't even do that now.
The willy basket is going to be, it's going to go, that's what's going to happen. So then, before you know it, right, the sports companies are going to be selling you special
separate willy
sports underpants.
You're right.
They'll be like netting things that you put on before you put on.
Yeah, and you have to
before you put on your football shorts.
Yeah, you have to pull the wire.
Well, look, whatever you do before the game is up to you. But I'm just saying. But like,
helps you relieve the tension.
I'm telling you, somebody will decide it's an opportunity.
Oh, they will, yeah.
Yeah. Do you suffer with undue willy movement?
Well, you see now, the next time Jim needs physiotherapy, he'll walk in and go, so it's €100 for the session and €20 for the willy basket. Because we don't want that happening again. Yeah. And when that did happen in the session, like, what could you, like, I have to say, in fairness to you, you obviously didn't go in there to resemble yourself.
It said where football shorts or whatever, or what.
So what did you do? Because you can't suddenly just. What did you do? Like, did you put a hat in your pants or something, or what? Or did you just?
I don't know. I can't remember actually what it was. Look, it wasn't.
It's a bit late now. Like, you can't really do anything about it. Like, to be fair to you, Because I know you. You definitely wouldn't go, too late now, love, and leave your langer hanging out. That's just not you.
No.
And at the same time, you have paid for your session, and at the other time, you've no way of covering it up. You don't have anything.
You end up kind of tucking your shorts in a bit, don't you?
Just tuck them around the scrotum, tuck them in.
Yeah, I suppose that's effectively what it happens. Thankfully, it was, I can't even remember what part of me was injured.
Oh my God, yeah. You can't even remember. Well, it was obvious. Well, what part he was injured? It's pretty obvious.
It was certainly nothing to do with a groin strain. I'll have
Imagine
you know.
that, yeah. How do you think you strained there? I don't even know. Were you doing anything activities-wise? No.
Bad.
Yeah, it's just, it looks very red. Yeah, I don't know why that is either.
So something. This actually kind of reminds me. Remember your story as well? It's just because I was thinking to myself, like, if you did show up at a clinic, a physio clinic or whatever it was, and you were wearing kind of like, I don't know, revealing attire, and they were operating on your shoulder or something. You know what I mean? And it's like, why are you standing there naked or whatever? I thought, you'd need access.
Yeah, just thought, well, remember, I told you the story loads of times.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of your doctor's incident.
That was the worst. That's the most embarrassing. You know when people say, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Yeah.
That is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. Going in, like we always say, men save up their problems. And my ear was blocked. Yeah. And every when I did a wee, it burned a little bit, right? Now, it turned out it was like literally a swollen urethra thing. It was nothing. It was just like nothing. Didn't even need antibiotics. Just wait a couple of weeks, it was gone. And I went in and said the doctor did the ear thing. And looked in and went, oh yeah, it's just a bit of wax, And
the ear.
She looked in the ear, and he looked in the ear at the time, and he says, "Yeah, no, that's just wax. It's fine. It's easy." And then he turned his back on me and went to his desk, and he says, "Tell me about the other problem." And as he was talking to me, he pulled a huge spike. I was like, "Mother of Jesus!" And he put like a little cotton bud thing on it. I went, "There's no way that's going in." Where I think that's going in. Yeah. And I was behind him and I was undoing my trousers and all, telling him, it's burns, and I'm pulling down my pants and pulled down my underpants, and I'm standing there, and he turned around with the spike and he went, Jesus Christ. And he started cleaning my ear with the spike, and I was like, he never told me to take my pants down. He never told me to take my pants down. I thought I was doing the right thing, and then he just was there and he cleaned the ear, and he was there, and he goes, we'll need to get in to the thing there to syringe that, and then he goes, I'll get a sample, and he handed me the thing, and I was like, do I just piss here? And I was like, I can't believe I've done this. And he never said, he just went, pull up your, you just need to get a sample, pull up your trousers there. I was like, and the way the toilet was so close, it was so close. I was thinking, will I just shuffle in? Because I would get in there quicker,
Oh my God.
If I just shuffled in. My God.
The penguin walk.
The penguin walk, imagine with the little cup, and then come back out. Imagine you come back out and you still have them down. Is that enough, PP, or will I give you more? But that was the most embarrassed I've ever been in my life. That is the most embarrassed I've ever.
I'm embarrassed on your behalf.
I was only a young lad now as well.
That's just, oh my God.
But,
just the idea of you standing there having him thinking he's having a relatively normal conversation, to turn around and you've got your cacks around your knees.
And he visibly shook, like he jumped,
Well, that's in fairness, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then there was my other friend.
He probably thought, oh my God, what's this lad?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
He's going to sort of...
He's going to jump on me or something. And there was my other friend. I don't even know how we tell the story, I'll be honest with you. But he was having trouble down there for whatever reason.
Right, yeah.
For whatever, I don't know what trouble he was having. He went in for having trouble. And the doctor gave him the cup, and says, we need to get a sample. And he went into the toilet, and he thought it meant a different sample.
No way.
And he said he was in there for 10 minutes.
Stop it.
And yeah, he says, I couldn't believe there wasn't even an Elle magazine or anything. And he came out and he handed it to the doctor, and the doctor went, what?
You've got... Whoa.
What
have you been drinking?
And he went, can you do me another one? Just urine. And he was like, I can't believe I did that. Because he was obviously, I don't know if he was talking about some stuff and that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he said he was in there for ages. L-ones and all trying to get in, needing it from the waiting room and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he's in there going, shaking like a leaf. This is very difficult, isn't it? Believe her after asking me to do this here and everywhere. If I hadn't known that I brought it in.
There's an Elwyn outside.
There's an Elwyn there. Are you in there a long time? We're all hearing the doctors for a reason, He's like, well, you come on, wait a minute, we can't all be having a wank.
Glory Days. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
I'm sure if you ask the average person, most people or whatever, they would probably have a list of things that there's either they feel they should be doing, or they feel they'd love to have a go at, or they feel that kind of like need to get around to, or whatever. So you'd wonder, with all of these things and everybody saying the same thing, what stops you?
Well, apparently it's just the fear of judgment is a huge part of it. So about 50% of people who are interested in trying something new, whatever it may be, they go, yeah, let's do it, or I'll do it, and then I'm going to give it a go, and they look up online, or they make a phone call, and they go, maybe I'll I might give it. Do you know something? I'll just get a few bits first,
right?
And then
I need to get the right pants first.
I need me horse pants, or
before I take that on.
Yeah, so I'll just do that, and then they let it slip, they let it go, and it all comes down to the fear of being judged.
Judgment.
You make up some silly picture in your head of what it's going to be like when you get there. Of course, it's not like that at all, but it's enough to make you lose your motivation.
Yeah, they say that's a big thing, don't they, with the fitness thing and the gym culture?
Yeah, big time.
Because you normally see a lot of the gym culture online with the people with with the right sort of gym pants that fit them and everything, and looking very well and all. Yeah, and filming themselves and all sorts.
We go to an actual gym and it's not like that. It's some elf fella having a sleep on the bicep machine.
Right. Yeah.
And you're like,
but that's what it is, isn't it? And the idea that you'd go in, which is it's the strangest thing ever, isn't it? You're going in, you're going in, same reason everybody else went in.
Yeah.
To, physically improve yourself in whatever way you think you need to or want to or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of bizarrely you're judging yourself for like not being the way you want to be going in the first place.
Not giving yourself a chance at all.
Exactly.
And thinking other people will care.
Yeah.
Thinking, walking in that thing of like, because you look at everyone else and you care because you're hypersensitive. So, jeez, look at that man, bosoms on your man over there. Jeez, he's chiseled from a granny. And then look at that length of your woman's legs. She could put them around your head 3 times like a rope, the length of the things. And here's me, and he's like, my torso is 3 foot long, and I don't even have knees, and I'm a mad looking thing, and you start giving yourself hard. No one cares. Everybody just wants the best for you.
Yeah.
And it comes to when you want to do anything, whether you want to join any sort of
new sports and things, right? Or hobbies of any sort, not even sports, but general hobbies and things where you seem to sort of believe you shouldn't have to go through the learning process, that you should be just good at it.
Yeah. And it's impossible. And I remember having a bit of that when I was starting to learn a language, starting to learn Spanish and everything. And you forget, it's beginners. Nobody knows any of the language.
Among the beginners.
Yeah,
obviously, to be fair to the Spanish people, they're quite good at it.
Even half of them were. But and you get totally freaked out that they're going to ask me a question.
Yeah.
And of course they will, but it'll be like a predetermined question. You're only starting.
Yeah.
They're not going to suddenly you start thinking, I'm going to make an idiot of myself. He's going to say "como estas," and I'm going to go, I'm a category the letters. And you'll have to run away and never come back. Or go parlez-vous.
Yeah.
Me arrivederci spaghetti going on about it.
I'm sure there are certain things that certain things you could get into that maybe it's probably good to have a reasonably good knowledge before you get involved, like skydiving or something. There's probably some elements that do require a certain degree of capability before you really throw yourself into it, almost quite literally.
Yeah, that's true. And then there is times where you do make a total idiot out of yourself. I remember going for a couple's massage years ago,
Yeah.
And they says,
and the fact you turned up on your own made it very weird.
Yeah, I thought you was with the couple.
I thought you meant I got massaged by a couple of people.
Yeah. I'm after bringing me smallest pair of shorts and everything.
Oh man! But anyway, what did happen?
No, it was just one of those things. They gave we went in and they said,
Yeah.
who wants this massage and who wants that massage?
Yeah.
I think I wanted just a head and neck,
Right.
head, neck and shoulders and all. And they gave us the gear, and I put on the tiny little pants that she was meant to come on for head, neck and shoulders.
Brilliant. So you walked out wearing your skimpies, and all they were going to do was rub your head.
Yeah, and she'd supposed to get a full body massage. She's here with a big double XL wrap around. So they,
Fantastic.
and you could just see them going, oh yeah. And they went.
I have to say, fear of judgment is never something I associate with you. To be honest with you, it's not something I think that you'd experience, is it?
It wasn't too bad in the parlour, but when I went for a pint afterwards, it felt a bit stuck out.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
Anyway, in the meantime, now I'm after forgetting what I was going to say to you.
Oh, that's because you were looking at your phone. This is what it's all about. That's the story.
I'm in the
You were
middle
looking
of
at your
trying
phone.
to send somebody something on Revolut. I was distracted. You're right. I was, genuinely.
And that's what the perfect time, and he's actually doing it again. He's not listening to me now either.
I just want to make sure it's gone.
Of
You do
course
this
it's
to me
gone.
all the time, and I never pointed out that you're
Are
completely
you joking?
distracted.
You never stop giving out to me about not paying attention. But a recent
Sorry, what were you
study
saying?
by the technology manufacturer OnePlus is saying that now people are using their phones so badly and so often and so frequently in bed that it's literally ruining not only their lives. Like, we know it wrecks our sort of, it gives us terrible ideas, it upsets our sleep, you follow yourself down wormholes, you get them reading stuff that's of absolutely no use to you. It's doom scrolling. But it's also, people are now doing the doom scrolling when they could be looking at each other and getting a bit romantic, or not romantic, well, that's the exact opposite. When you could be doing a bit of indoor camping with your other half, and the phones are getting in the way of that. So you'd be there
It must be a very big phone.
Oh, it doesn't have to be.
Getting in the way.
Look at the way your one there got in the way of our friendship and all.
What are you talking about?
I feel further apart from you today now, Jim, because you were Revolut in front of me. I feel further apart. I feel like we're affected.
Wow.
I feel like we're affected.
So you're saying that people would rather look at Insta or TikTok or whatever they're looking at,
the curse of the modern day bedroom,
than have any sort of like moochie, smoochy, smoochy.
Yes, so they go to bed together and they take off their drawers and their jocks and all, right? And they take off their tops and all, right, to be honest. And the bits, the good, all the bits behind, the good bits and the bad bits, are all there, ready. And you get into bed, right?
Right.
And then you go, I'll give us a minute now.
I just have to see that I get any likes on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll be ready there now in a minute. And they pick up their phone and they start doom scrolling. They start and they go down into a loop. And that's it. The sort of potential intimacy is gone.
The mood wanes, doesn't it?
Yeah, because one of them girls, I'll be with you now in a second. You look great and all, so I do, but I'll just have to. There you go, Jim will be on. I just have to make sure that fella got a few quid. I'll send them for the lawnmower money. And then his missus will be going, no, okay, don't worry, I want to just check there.
There was a pair of shoes I was looking at.
A pair of shoes there, and Reed was asking me the price of them and if they still had any left, so I'm going to find out that for Reed. I'll wish you now in a second. And Jim will be there, right, I'm finished with the lawnmower gloves there now, I have them. And she'll be going, I'm not finished yet. And he'll go, right, I'll have a look at the gutter ring then. And you go down there.
And is it specifically doom scrolling, as in it's the social media stuff now?
It's
as
social
opposed
media.
to,
Well,
it isn't people doing kind of like answering their work emails or, I don't know. Or it's not people going onto AI going, how do you do that thing with the chandeliers and all for your special friend?
For the chandeliers?
The jumping off and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might be it. But that's the problem, isn't it? One, you might be looking at something about, how do I get my boyfriend to be interested in me when we're lying in bed and he's on his phone, and he's on the phone next to her going, what type of aliens have landed on the planet since the 70s? Just you're in two different worlds. You can't come together. You can't collide. You become separate from each other. So they're saying, they've always given us the advice: do not bring your phone to bed. Do not look at your phone in the bed. Put it down. Either focus. Well, they just say go to sleep.
And that's the same whether you're on your own or not.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Actually, that's the thing. Maybe you lose interest in yourself now with the phone,
Yeah.
You might get into bed and you'll be throwing everything off. Do you think to yourself, I have a nice sound sleep now?
And all of a sudden...
And then all of a sudden you go...
You're knee deep in...
Yeah. And then when you could be enjoying yourself to yourself, You're looking up the aliens again.
GloryDaze. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
Radio Nova.
Something that both PJ and myself can testify, in fact, look, we are the living embodiment of this in many respects, is that, you know, in the world of radio that we're involved in, sometimes mistakes get made.
Yes, they do.
Hard to believe, I know. You're spoiled listening to PJ and Jim every morning, you know, hearing flawless professionalism.
Absolute accuracy on every
finest.
subject.
You know what I mean? Never a question of any sort of, factual irregularities or anything.
No,
on this show.
No,
I mean, if you don't spout absolute truth.
When have I ever said something that was incorrect?
Exactly.
When did I ever get the name Captain? Incorrect. Got it wrong again.
But even by our standards, this is a biggie, isn't it?
Oh, this is big. So Radio Caroline last May, they got into big trouble because they broadcast something they shouldn't. But just this week, Ofcom, the regulator, has sort of taken the complaint now very seriously. So they're in trouble now.
Okay.
They're in trouble. It took them a while to investigate what the story is.
Should I start writing an apology? Oh no, I only do that for you.
You only do that for me. You don't have to do that for these guys.
Okay.
But Radio Caroline, so what happened was, it was on air as normal if you were listening to it. And what some people don't know about radio, a lot of stations, thankfully we don't do that here, but they pre-record things in the event that something might happen. We don't do that.
Right.
So you might
like a
go,
passing.
Yeah, so King Charles in this case, they pre-recorded something thinking he's got to die someday. So they pre-recorded a message so they'd be ready for when he did.
Like a tribute thing, is it? Like he was born in blah, 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 blah?
No, literally just, so the station, people were listening, and then all of a sudden on air they heard, we have suspended our normal programmes until further notice as a mark of respect following the passing of His Majesty King Charles III. And then the national anthem of the UK was played, and 16 minutes of stony silence. Right? So that went out on air. People were obviously wondering what happened.
That's their response to it, is to just go silent.
No, because the good story is what was actually happening. Another thing other radio stations do is sometimes the person on the air that you're talking isn't actually in the radio station, and sometimes somebody is in the station connecting them from wherever they are to people all over the country, right? And that person was bored. And that person was looking through the audio files, saw this thing of the King, says, I'll give that a play, didn't realise they were actually putting it over the presenter who was talking away to himself. And they played it by accident on air, on the radio, whereas the presenter was in a totally different place going, and coming up next is Fleetwood Mac. He was just talking to himself. And when they realised what the problem was, they didn't tell anyone, they ran away.
Right.
So they just ran off and didn't do anything.
The guy thought he was doing his normal programming. The guy in the studio bit that was supposed to connect him, he
made a mistake.
Didn't.
Because he was nosy.
And played. Thinking he was just playing it for himself.
He was going, what's that?
And it went out on air.
Or King Charles is dead, and it went out on air. Then he realised what his mistake was, and instead of saying anything, he ran away.
Good ploy.
The other presenter was talking to himself for half an hour in the room.
Oh, I know what that's like.
Yeah, well, there you go. And then eventually they had to say, I think something's happened, and they apologised, but they were in big trouble. So it's big trouble for the station because they've been reprimanded. They've had to apologise. And it just goes to show, Jim, the importance of knowing what you're talking about when you're on the radio.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't
can't just say any old stuff.
Yeah, you could be getting people's names wrong, you know.
Yeah.
You could be just kind of coming out with statements that just occur to you with no basis in fact whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I tell you, Jim, you have to be really careful.
You do.
And you have to be careful you don't slander people too. Not right? You big chasing around sheep in the middle of the night werewolf, half a lunatic. You remember when you...
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
Golf, for those who play it or whatever, know that an awful lot of it is meant to be based on trust.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, sure, golfers are always harping on about their well, I suppose. Maybe they are. I've never met a golfer. Not a real one. I've met Jim.
Exactly. I certainly don't.
But it definitely does pride itself on being an upper sort of sport.
Know what Sir Tony's just been on?
Yeah.
He's at home because the house is getting painted. Wow, that's burning him. Oh, that's burning him, I'd say, on days like today. But the thing about it is, like, because, you know, obviously at a high level golf, you've got all sorts of officials and you've got huge crowds and your cameras and everything. But in the day-to-day kind of golfing, you know, the average golfer world, two lads could be, you know, playing golf together and they mightn't see each other. They'd be hundreds of yards away from each other.
Of course, they
balls going everywhere, bushes and
very hoity-toity, namby-pamby. You know, everybody's honest, playing the game, sort of a thing, and to think that somebody would be cheating is outrageous.
Outrageous.
You know? And a poor fella, I actually feel sorry for this lad. I do. His name is Zach Holland. Look at that. He shouldn't even be named. It's terrible his name to be mentioned like that. Zach Holland is his name, and he's a former collegiate golfer, which I suppose means he's pretty good. And well, they were out playing there during the week and in the Winghaven Country Club, and well, he was saying to his friends he might have to take a call for the fourth something. You probably know more than this, more about this than I would. Anyway, he said he needs a fourth hole. Is there a fourth hole?
Yeah, there would be. But and he had to take a call. That's very unusual.
So anyway,
phones on the golf course. And good God, man, what is the world coming to?
And it was like, so he took a shot and then he answered the phone. He's like, "How are you?" So he was looking at him then when he was on the phone, you know.
Right.
How you doing? Yeah, just making a very loud noise when people have to look this direction instead of where the ball went, whatever. And then they went down to the hole, and lo and behold, from the tee, it was it. He did it. A hole in one. A hole in one. Well, to say there was drama is putting it mildly. There was a prize pot available for anyone that could ever do it on that course. No one had done it in living memory. They went to the, to the clubhouse or whatever they may call it afterwards. There was
for
drinks.
The traditional buying of the round of drinks and everything.
The drinks, and then it all comes back out of the prize pot, the whole lot, and then some other golfer says, "Yeah, well done, yeah. Let's why don't we put it on the screens here? We'll all celebrate looking at it together." And he was like, "Yeah, well, there's no need for that. I mean, we were there, weren't we? You know, it's just you took a call, right? You're like, you took a call. We actually missed where it landed. You know, as soon as the ball was in the air, you were like, how's it going? Me there, all right." And they were like, let's do it. Why don't we just have a look? Yeah. And he was like, there's no need to have. You know.
I'm amazed that it must have been a hell of a course if they had cameras and everything on the thing. The fair play.
Well,
you could see the lads playing golf.
Well, not only did they see them playing golf, they went back to the start and they saw our very own Zach Holland sneaking into the golf course before anyone played anything, placing a ball in the hole, putting fake...
In advance of the round, even?
Yeah. And he put a load of sort of...
I never thought of that.
Grass marks around.
So he pre-planted his golf balls?
Yeah. Now,
one of which in the hole, obviously.
One of which was in the hole. And... put some grass marks or something around, whatever you would do.
I've heard of cheesing stories, but so in advance going in and putting a ball in a hole, knowing that when we get around to this, I'll be it doesn't matter really where the ball goes.
I mean, this is like premeditated murder in golf circles.
Oh,
and then he said, apparently he said on the spot, he went,
I'd say they took his Pringle jumper off him and everything, did they?
Well, he said on the spot himself, he said, that's it, then I'm leaving the club, aren't I? And they were like, probably best. Probably for the best.
I mean,
probably
like a dreadful, disgraceful carry on, bringing the name of golf into disrepute and everything. But I have to say, I mean, I've heard stories of lads dropping golf balls out of their pockets or whatever it might be, but going in hours in advance and planting your ball. Yeah, it's premeditated. He really wanted to do. He says, and he made a statement and everything in fairness, and he said it was just stupid. It was utterly stupid. And he said he's very ashamed of himself and that. What he really means is, I'm really disappointed I got caught. Why not own it? If you're done, you're done, right? Yeah. That's what I never understand. Like, why not own it? Like, just go, yeah, I did it. Yeah. And it's still a better shot than anyone in this club has had for 20 years. Exactly, yeah. Look at old Hooker O'Reilly over there. Hasn't a clue what he's doing. And Clubber... Never out of the trees. Never out of the trees. And Clubber O'Neilly's more famous for getting sick on the greens than he is putting them in the holes.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie, or on the Nova app.